Split camera streaming is adding the same camera source to an Ecamm scene twice, but cropping in to show only one portion of the camera's view. I stumbled onto this when setting up a new scene designed for my church where we are limited to just one camera. In this video, I'll share that experience while walking you through that setup process. Church announcements are a necessary evil, and we're constantly looking at ways to engage and keep people's attention. But that announcement time, you just always see this huge drop off. And so we try to pull that part out of our worship experience and share that in new and creative ways so that people are still informed without losing them during the live worship experience. And so we have a newsletter, we have social media posts, and those have varying levels of reach and engagement on the different platforms. But what we found is that video does a really good job. Video does a really good job really holding people's attention. And so I'm going to show a little bit of a video here. So this is a video that we produce called This Week at the OUC. It is, as it is titled, these are the things that are happening at Oakwood University Church this particular week. And our hosts do a great job of being engaging, and we showcase the announcements as you're seeing on the screen now. And this is one of the videos that we produce, put it out there for people to watch at their own speed and their own pace. We have also designed this scene for the live worship experience, being able to showcase our announcements and different things on screen. And of course, there's just a lot of pattern interrupts there. And while I was doing this scene, I realized something. I always knew that you could crop in on video sources. I always knew that. I always knew that you could crop in on video sources. That was not a new thing. You can actually crop in on pictures, images, videos. You can crop in on screen shares. And I have several of those on the screen for you to see right now. This is an image on the top right. And if I use the option and arrow drag, meaning if I put my mouse on the screen and I see those arrows, if I hit the option key, it will allow me to crop in and on that particular item, on that particular graphic or whatever it might be. So that's what it looks like for a graphic. That's just a graphic, a thumbnail. This is actual screen share. This is actually my screen share of my screen. If I do the same thing, I can actually crop in on my screen share. And you can see what that looks like. And you can't make it any bigger than it already is, but you can definitely crop in on that. So that's something to consider and keep in mind. This actually is an overlay. This is an overlay. And as long as I can get my mouse on it, there it is. You can actually crop in on this as well. One of the things I sometimes do with overlays is I'll crop in on the top to get rid of maybe there's a logo up there that I don't want. And so now this would be my overlay just by itself without having the coach's corner. So I always knew that was possible. But what I did not know, just gonna put that back to where it was. What I did not know is when you crop in on a camera source, which I'm doing now, just crop in on one side of this. I'm crop in on this camera source. What I didn't remember or didn't recognize is that you could actually go and duplicate this thing. Now, remember, I said in order to crop in, you hit the option button and then you look for that arrow, those arrows, and that's how you crop in. But if I wanted to duplicate this, I just simply hit the option key and then just drag it. And by dragging, it'll give me another copy. So now I've got two copies of the same camera, but I can actually do the same crop again, option, drag, make this full. And once I get that to full, I can actually crop in on the other side. So now it's not quite even, but you get the idea. Is I'm actually putting together the video. Now you have two sides of the video, and you can actually do so many different things with that. You can see my hand kind of going back and forth between the two. But what I decided to do with this is to simply, I'm going to get rid of some of these others, is to simply put my announcements on either side of the video. So we get this set up right. I'm going to get my layer priority set up here and put this under. So we get this set up right. I have my video here and I have the flyer here, or in the case of what I was doing, it would be my announcements. And then I can put my other camera here. And so you had two sides of your camera and on both sides of the announcement. So I'm just gonna make that a little smaller so we can pull that over. But you have two sides of the camera on either side of your announcement. And you have, if you have two hosts, then you would actually have one host on one side and the other host on the other side. And this made for a very engaging way to view the announcements. And so I want to show you what that looks like in the actual scene by going to the scene that as it is designed for our church service. And so now you can see I'm over on this side, and that would be one host. And then I can also lean and be over on this side, and that would be yet another host. And so you have that announcement in the middle, you have the video in the background, the church logo at the top. We actually put another thing on there that allowed us to show the date, time, and temperature in the city. At the bottom, you have that little bar, that news bar, that CNN inspired bar that kind of showcases what we're doing right now. And then right on the stream deck, I can just go through the different announcements. And so my host and I can actually share the announcements for the day just by going through them in that way. And so this made for a very engaging way. And again, it's something that I just kind of stumbled upon while doing this video, while doing this design for my church. Listen, I want to say this. Discoveries happen while working and trying to solve problems. Split camera is based on cropping out a portion of the video, but if you crop in or zoom in on a portion of the video, you can actually get multiple camera views while still using one physical camera. Yet another function discovery that I show step by step in this video. Click right here to see how it's done, and I'll see you over there. Go, y'all.